Okay, so clothing swap parties among friends are certainly growing in popularity, but if you're not the size of the majority, those parties might not be so fun. Sheena Calso with the Invisible Hostess is here with ideas to help expand your next swap party, and I love this idea. Okay, how do we expand it beyond just clothing?
Expanding it beyond the clothing, home decor. I mean, I've got hundreds of vases that I need to get rid of. I'd love to pawn off on somebody. Home decor, kids clothing, guys clothing. If you've got a partner or a spouse and you want to get rid of their clothes, it can be beyond just your personal thing, because I think that then does make it more inclusive. And you can invite a wide group of people and nobody has to feel alienated or uncomfortable.
But it doesn't have to be you're just piling everything on the couch and saying, have at it.
No, that would be chaos.
Right, that would be absolute chaos. So where do we begin?
Okay, where we begin, first we're going to start with the framework of the party. So you have to decide what the party's going to be around. I'm actually hosting one in April. It's going to be clothing, kids clothing, and home decor. So I kind of am modeling this after what my plans are. You set the rules. I suggest a minimum of bringing 5 items or less. No stains, tears, kind of common sense stuff. But just you need to establish it. My other kind of bonus tip is ask people to bring things in donatable transportation, because if you're feeling generous and you're willing to give away all those items on your friend's behalf, then you don't have to transfer stuff out of tubs into bags, and you can just set it and forget it.
And that also helps you kind of figure out your guest list, right? Is like once you identify what you want to swap, then you know who among your friends is going to have stuff there.
Yeah, absolutely. So determine what you want to swap, and then now you get over to the organization and the actual structure of the party.
How do you set up your spaces for a good swap?
So don't be deterred by a small apartment or whatever. People do this in all shapes and sizes of spaces. So I think the key thing is to organize your space, by category. So I've got clothing, I've got pants, tops, home decor, frames, whatever it is, as many categories as you can fit.
Okay.
That way when your guests show up, I suggest the first hour of the party is the unloading and setting up. So they go in and they do all the hard work. And so that's how I would structure it.
And then you just sit there and have a glass of wine watching them do the hard work. Okay, I
would tell your friends to bring their own hangers. And you might have like a million hangers by the end of this. So a little handy tip is ask them to put some washi tape or a ribbon on it to identify their item, like their stuff that they can collect when they come home.
Very smart.
In terms of presentation, things look cooler when they're presented with some intention, like a candle on a bare table is just a candle. But if it's, with a plant and some life, you're like, oh,
I need that in my home.
Anthropology. So that's what we want to, that's what I want to do, because I want to get rid of all of my stuff. So risers are my first tip. Now, these things, currently my items are on risers. What's underneath this pillowcase, frankly, is just another tip, is household items. I've got a salad bowl, I've got a planter, I've used protein powder, bins, anything that you can create levels and dimension, I think make things more interesting. I use bed sheets as my tablecloths. Sometimes I will, look at thrift shops, and if it's a cool pattern, I'll grab it and add it to my stack, or just look around your house. It doesn't have to get fancy. Don't spend money on this. That's not the point. And then books is one item for my decor pieces. Now, you could bring like 20 books, and someone might be interested in one title, and that's not very exciting because you want to get rid of all of your books. So my suggestion is organize them by color, because now you've reframed the books into a decorative item, not just like what it's intended for, to read, which I do endorse reading.
That's so smart.
But I also endorse decorating with reading, and so that's what that is. And also you could use books as risers, and there you go. And then jewelry, at my party I'm gonna welcome jewelry, but I want to keep things off tables, because that's a premium, real estate. So keep things on walls. So I've got cork boards around the house, 3M hooks, things like that. I took this from my daughter's room, and push pins, cork board, you can prop it up on stands like this, or you could put them on the wall with 3M Velcro, things like that.
Adorable.
Use the walls.
Yes. Okay, and then we got to talk about food and drinks.
Yeah, because it's a party.
Right, you need sustenance.
But I don't want your grubby hands on my merchandise, so we have to set some rules. So the rules are, I suggest keeping a food and drink zone.
Okay.
The kitchen's a natural spot. I'm going to ask people to not bring their drink or their food into the space. I'm also going to probably serve food that's clean, not greasy. However, I'm not, totally lame, so I am going to invite red wine to my party, but it's got to stay in the zone. So if you're going to go and shop with your friends, I made these. Little coasters.
One for Kim and one for Sheena.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go shop. I'm gonna put my little coaster on. It says, this glass is mine, I'm shopping. That way it doesn't get bust or you don't lose track of it.
Right.
And then I'm gonna put some handy wipes out for people to wipe the grubby hands so they can go do the shopping.
Got it. Okay, and real quickly, last thing, raffle tickets?
Yes.
So how would you use these here?
Well, now it's time to shop.
Okay.
Now, I don't want to open the doors and have it be a free-for-all and totally crazy.
Right.
So I suggest 2 rounds of shopping. Round number 1 is more focused. So we've got these little raffle tickets. I'd say I have 20 ladies. 5 of them are each going to get a 9 o'clock to 9:15. The next 5 are going to get 9:15 to 9:30. You basically shop in 15-minute increments.
Okay.
And this is your VIP shopping time. You get 3 items max. So you can't be a hoarder or greedy. And everybody gets a chance to do their little VIP shopping thing. It kind of helps mix it up. Then once that first session's over, it's free for all.
Okay.
But I do have shopping rules. One of them is no more than 5 items at a time. Otherwise, just start supermarket sweeping it,
Right.
and that's just too much. So 5 items at a time. Don't fight over stuff. Coin tosses determine if someone gets that belt. Things like that. Keep it fun. Keep it lighthearted. Hopefully, everybody's really cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the rules. Be chill, man.
Be chill, man, and when in doubt, go back into the kitchen and revisit your red wine
Exactly.
that Sheena has served you. Okay.
With your coaster, though.
Yes. Such great ideas. Thank you for being here.
Of
Great to
course.
see you. All right, up next, we are cooking up donuts using cornflakes in honor of National Cereal Day. We will be right back with what may be my favorite segment ever. Yes.